What's going on, everybody? And welcome to Menaces from the Deep. Okay, let's jump in. So this is a card battler game with a Call of Cthulhu type style monsters and scariness, and honestly it's a whole thing. The aesthetic is amazing. I love it. Let's jump in. I haven't played this in forever. In fact, we're gonna start a whole new game. We're gonna do story mode, totally free slot. I deleted all my games. We're gonna start clean, and I'm gonna go through the cutscene pretty quick. But basically the whole idea is that's the mayor, that's Mr. Grum, that's his doctor friend, and they're going to buy or borrow or rent or restore the Innsmouth Museum. But not everything is what it seems. They're all here to serve as a mysterious group called the Moths. And it's like they're I don't know if they're a cult or an anti-cult, but they're here as researchers to try to figure out things going on. And you can see there's like a whole the building's about to collapse. It's a fun little cutscene, but the story is basically we are going to be working for them as an investigator to try to help them figure out what's going on. But we're disposable, so this is a roguelike. So we will probably die many times as we try to make our way through Innsmouth and beyond. But this is kind of the tutorial level right here, this first battle, and so you'll kind of see it play, kind of how it works. We have energy down here in the bottom. We have 4 energy, and so this energy is what we use to spend on our cards. You see these cards have different costs. 2 costs up here, 0 cost, 1 cost. We have opponents, and we can see what they're doing by mousing over any icons above them. If we mouse over ourselves, we can see who's going to attack us, or in this case, Hand, who's another cult member, or anti-cult member. He's a moth. Right now we're playing as Lotus, and Lotus is going to get some block. No, actually we're playing as Hand. Lotus is going to get some block, and we're going to do whatever we need to do. So we have these fishermen. They're humans, although they look scary and spooky. And so we need to clear them out so we survive, and this is kind of how we figure out the game. We have so much life. They have so little life that it's not going to be a problem. We also have the ability to bandage, and we have some equipment that are helping us as we play, as well as some consumables that we can use at any time that we want to do. So for example, we could use this poison dart, and that's going to deal 6 damage to him at the start of each turn. We could give ourselves 20 shield. We don't really need to. And then we can do some other things. So swing here, you see this like plow icon. That means it adds to our damage. So it's going to give us +8 to our damage. So we'll do that. And it costs us 0 energy. So that's great. So now instead of dealing 10, we're going to deal 18 to all opponents, which is huge. He's going to take poison. He will die. 6, 5, he might not die. He might have 1 life actually. But we can kill either of the others. And so we'll go ahead and just take him out. And now we're set. That's the end of our turn. So the order matters here. Oh, he took the poison first. That's great. So he died. And then we just have 1 guy left. We don't have to do anything. We can give ourselves that extra pow, that swing. And it's an exhaust card, which means it doesn't go back into our discard. So we can use that card once each battle. And we're just going to do an uppercut, and that'll finish him off. Kablam. Victory. We beat that mission. But again, that's a tutorial, because now Hand's going to come back and kind of report what he saw. And what he saw was a cult. And the cult was going around and leaving offerings or food at a rock in the water. And then wild stuff happened. So Hand makes his way back. He gets to rest. And then the next morning he is sent off to retrieve the rock. Also, it's a blood moon and the moon has not set. So the world is getting wild. But Hand comes back. He brings with him this monolith. And now the scientists are going to review it. The Moths are going to start doing their thing. And we're going to have to hire some investigators. And that's who we are. We are going to be the investigator, the new Moth member. So there's also some construction. That's kind of how the roguelike portion works. So as we play, we'll gather resources. It can be logs or stones or other things. But we're going to start by building a propaganda center, which is how we unlock our first player class, which is the private detective. Later on, we'll get some more wood. We can do things which get us new starting decks for our characters. We can do things like get a random consumable at the start of every journey, or money. And again, every time as you level these up, they get more powerful. And then we can get extra starting HP, all very useful. And then other things we'll unlock as we go. But now that we have that, we can start our journey. And you can see there are different character classes, but we have to unlock them. So this one's under construction because it's for an upcoming DLC. But we can do a detective. We can toggle the gender. We can customize the run. In this case, we're not going to. We're going to just play a base run. And we can change the name. And so let's spin this 4 times and see what name we come up with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess what? Robert Thorne. That's a great detective name. I love it. And we got our handy dog. We have average HP and average sanity, because this is a Cthulhu mythos game, and so of course we run the risk of going insane and losing our minds as we go. Let's jump in. So here we can change the decks. And right now we have 2. You can see eventually we can have a total of 6 kind of pre-builds. We can do aggressive or defensive. Aggressive, far more attacks, some defenses. Defensive, far more defenses, some card draw. You can turn your defense into a bonus attack, and then some attacks. I think we're going to do aggressive deck, though. We're going to go swinging and see what happens. We start off with an ability, which is the flash ability. We can use that at the cost of some... I'm not sure what that resource is called, but we can use it, and we can draw a card. We also start off with a base relic, which means we get a consumable at the end of each scuffle, and you'll see what a scuffle is shortly. Now we're in the game, and we'll get to kind of our map. Ooh, so we can see who the boss is. I have not played in so long, I don't remember who the boss is, but that's who our boss fight's going to be, an Elder God. And basically it's going to take us 13 turns before we fight the Elder God. And the way we take our turns is we have these 3 decks down here. And so we know what that is, and we know what's underneath it. So if we do encounter, we'll have an encounter, and then we know there's going to be another encounter underneath it. Unknown could truly be anything, followed by a warehouse, and then asylum and a scuffle. So we got some options. I think I like starting with the unknown. We're fully healed up. Wait, we're doing okay. What's this here? We have our dog. Wish you could name the dog. Actually, maybe it's good we can't. And you can see navigation here is pretty cool. Navigation as a stat lets you see how far down you can see in the travel decks. So if we somehow find a way to buff our navigation, we'll see more cards in a row, so we can kind of plan our route to get to the Elder God. Each step we take uses a gas, and so we have to keep an eye on filling our gas as we go through at places like gas stations. Let's do unknown first and see what happens. So it looks like, oh, we started right at a warehouse. So we got some options. We can steal planks. And remember, this is a resource. The nice thing is we steal it, we get it for free. Anywhere from 2 to 5. Or we can go ahead and buy the planks. We can get 8 of them for 50 bucks, guaranteed to get 8 of them. Well, I don't know. Are we a shady investigator, or are we on the up and up? Let's do this run through. We'll try to be more on the up and up. So we'll go ahead and buy these planks. We spent 50 of our dollars, and now we have $25 and 8 planks. And now you can see we get another rare warehouse, and underneath that's a fueling station. So we'll grab the warehouse, because this is saving us from fights, so we're not using up any of our health resources. So we go right back to the warehouse. We can't buy it, so we're going to steal this time, or we're going to move. I said we're on the up and up, but come on. We need some wood. We tried. We did our best. We really tried to behave. I think now it's time for an encounter, though. And this could be an event. This could be a character. Looks like this could be a motel. Let's see. The mysterious stranger. Stopping for the night at yet another motel, you once again notice that an unknown figure is constantly watching you, appearing only in the shadows. You had noticed this figure before, but reassured yourself that it was just paranoia. The situation has gone too far. You need to do something right now. It is unknown what threats the mysterious stalker might pose. What do you do? Pick one. Now, what's kind of fun is as we replay this game over and over, we will get to see these results. So after 4 times, we will know everything that could happen, and we can plan the path based on what we want to do. So, are we going to be aggressive and chase them? Are we going to set an ambush and kind of trap them, a little sneaky? Are we going to just try to get away, or are we going to ignore it? I think we're going to chase them. You realize it's now or never and rush towards the stranger. The stranger suddenly turns around the corner of the building. You chase after him with all your might and barely catch a glimpse of the dark figure entering one of the motel rooms, closing the door behind them. You burst into the room, but it's empty. The stranger has evaded you. Next time we'll try something else. So again, we're keeping an eye on our gas. I think it's too early to go get gas, so we'll do one more encounter. And so with those travel decks, you can kind of figure out and make the game work. You can kind of play you can control your adventure as you go through this. So we got the pairs game. You encounter a merchant who shuffles a deck of cards and gives a sly smile. Noticing you, he offers to play a game with him. What a strange place and time for a card game. Is he up to something sinister? So what do? We got options. Well, of course we're going to play the game. We have 25 gold. We got it, right? Or dollars. We got to play pairs. The merchant eagerly invites you over. He starts laying cards on the ground. Do you think luck is on your side? If you win, the cards are yours. All right, you have 3 attempts to match pairs of cards. You can flip any 2 cards. You find a match, will be added to your deck. All right. So we got combat stance and combat stance. All right. We got smoke break and smoke break. And we got apply tourniquet and we didn't get that one. So we got 2 cards out of that. That's not too shabby. And what's nice is if you don't want them, you don't have to take them. But if you don't take them, you can only reject cards 5 times. I don't mind gaining armor and drawing a card. This is kind of a wash card. Yes, it uses energy, but it doesn't feel like it's filling up the decks too much because it gives me the ability to still get another card and it's armor. That feels worth it to me. So we'll take that card. The other card is also, again, one I'm not worried about because it's less cards, but next round I draw a bonus card and this costs nothing. So the risk, though, is you don't want to draw tons of cards on one given turn because you only have your set energy. But it's fine. I don't want to waste not taking cards. All right. So far, a nice start. Nothing too spooky. Nothing awful. While we're here, I think we'll go ahead and refuel. We'll make sure we get that gas up. Oh, but we have no money. Uh-oh. So we get some options here. We can get a free consumable by going to the store. We can work a shift to make money. Or we can refuel. Well, I have no cash. So we're going to work a shift. And I just have to remember to keep 50. And that when I refuel, I'll get 10. So we'll make some money right now, which is great. And then the next time I see a car, hopefully by the time I hit 5, I can fully cap off. But I do think it's time to have a little bit of a battle. A skirmish with beings from other worlds. So, you know, we're out in this farmhouse, out in the moors, and these centipede monsters come out. So now it's time for us to actually have our first kind of combat with our player character here. So we can look and see, are there things we don't like? If we want to use whatever, again, I don't know what this stat here is, but if we want to use a stat, we can to draw a card. 7 damage. Now they're doing a lot. Okay, so this one is going to do a curse on me, and this one is going to hurt my dog. So my dog is going to take a bunch of damage. He will heal. This one's just going to throw a curse at me. And what's the curse going to do? Take some damage from fire. Yeah, we don't know what the curse is going to do yet. So we'll have to wait and see. So I think what we'll do is I think we will go ahead and add vulnerability. And I think we'll start with some punches. And so vulnerability looks like it gives them a little more damage. Okay. And what is that stat? So, oh, okay. That's vulnerability. Cool. So we'll end the turn. We're out of energy. So my poor dog. And now we're burning. I'm burning. That's the worst. And so I'm going to burn for another turn. All right. So they're immune to burning. So a flaming axe not going to do much. A grenade might be good because they're both still vulnerable. And next round I can get an extra card. So I think we will throw a grenade. I will take an extra card next turn. And I'll take a block right now. Looks like they're going to curse my dog. Dog's going to attack him. He's going to shield. And he's going to curse. Alright, let's see what happens. So we're doing okay, but he's going to shield a bunch. That's kind of a bummer. Block decay. Oh yeah, so your block sticks around but does decay. If you have excess block, it does kind of hang out. I think that's how that works. Okay, so take a swing. That gives us an extra punch. So I think we will take that for sure. Now he's going to... Firearm tends to get 4 charge. Oh, so they're gonna buff themselves. Ugh. So this one's getting super buffed. That's not great. So I think what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and we will start stacking some block. That might have been the wrong order. I probably should have played that in a different order. Oh, but no, this is good. Okay. So we'll do double take a swing, and then this swing's going to be worth 15. So that gets through his armor and does some damage to him. He's still going to get pretty buffed up, but hopefully we can take him down next turn before he hits us. Yeah, so they're both buffed. But can we knock them out? Let's see. So if we do 14 to him, we could take one of them out. So I think we need to. Right, like I think we had to take him out and start damaging him. He's gonna buff up. Dog's gonna get some shield, and dog heals too every turn, so it's not the end of the world. And we're gonna go ahead and end that turn. And we'll see what this awful creature fire, the fireworm of Parg. Not ideal. And I wish I could shield dog, because oh no, he's just gonna attack me twice. Okay, so I need to shield for 16, so we'll shield for 7, 14. So we're totally shielded. And we'll smoke bomb, and we'll end that turn. We're in great shape. He's gonna try to hit all he wants, but it's not gonna do nothing because my shield blocks it. And look, by stalling, my dog is getting a chance to heal up. So the dog is gonna put a curse on him, and he's gonna put a curse on the dog. So we're having a little curse off. I don't have to worry about taking damage, so we will go ahead and just do the fire axe. Again, no fire damage, but it does do a good chunk of change to him. And we're sitting pretty right now. Dog gave him weakness with that curse, and he set the dog on fire with that curse. So, you know, it's a trade-off. Alright, so dog's gonna do attack, he's gonna block. So we really want to hit him as much as we can. And that's all we're gonna do, and I think we're gonna be good. And we'll get him. Nice. So at the end of the round, we get some resources. Looks like we got some like cursed stone. We got some, looks like some gold. No equipment. We did get a consumable. We get a 3 dexterity. So that dexterity is like dodge. So that gives us some reduction, damage reduction when we use it. It's consumable. That's nice. And we get a chance for picking a card. And so they're all common. So let's see what we get here. Exhaust, swearing. So yeah, so you swear once per battle. And you gain 25 of, is that sanity? I think. Well, it's not sanity, it's something, but you gain 25 of it. This is another thing. Oh, right. So as you play, things get real bad, and eventually you kind of get like super skills. And so you want to actually get that up to 100. Okay. It's kind of like you're like, dang, I'm just going to overcome. Moxie or something. Low kick. Pretty nice. And then that's really nice too. Deal a little bit of damage plus gain 5 excess damage for the next turn, for the next attack. I don't know which I want. You know, let's explore this mechanic. We'll get this guy. And we'll continue. So now we got an unknown, we got a scuffle, and we got a asylum. So we're only down a little bit of health. That's not too bad. We're doing okay there. Dog is hurt, so we will want to rest at some point, and I don't see any motels yet. Let's try an unknown and see what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky. Oh, okay, it's gonna be an asylum. We're not gonna do anything because there's nothing we can do right now, which is fine. That's okay. It's not the end of the world because now we can do the refueling station. Well, we don't need it just yet, so we'll wait a little bit longer. We'll try to do it over here. Let's do. Insight. Okay, so the eyeball's insight. So we get to do that 10 times. So we can restore some insight. Let's blow another asylum. And maybe we'll get something good under that other scuffle. Again, we're not doing anything. We're just visiting. We're stopping in, checking on the dock, seeing if anyone's gone a little out of it. Scuffle merchant, refueling merchant. Alright, we'll refuel now. We'll pay our $75 to refill, 50. We'll pay our 50 to refill. And so now we have plenty of gas, a full tank even, and we'll go to the merchant. We have no money really to buy anything at this point. That's so little. We have 60, so we could buy. Oh, we can buy this consumable. Draw 5 cards. That's actually not awful. Other things we can always do is we can lose some money to. We can lose some life to gain money. Might be worthwhile. And we can remove a card by losing some sanity. Also might be worthwhile if your card is getting a little too fluffy. Well, let's think this through. So if we take 75, that's going to put us at 110. We can't buy a relic, which is something we need to unlock to add to our collection. It does let us get some equipment. Getting 10 money after every monster dispatched actually is not bad. That'll be a nice little money draw. I think we're going to go for it. So we'll sacrifice. I think he's a vampire. I'm not entirely sure what the gain is here, but we will then do the leather wallet.
Do you think this will save you?
Oh yeah, we can also sell gear. We're not going to do that though. Nice.
Come again.
All right, so now we want to fight monsters because we get some money. But more importantly, we can get a relic or a powerful card at the museum. So let's go to the museum and see what we get. Okay, so we receive 1 of 3 relic choices, search for a high tier card choice, or move on. I think we're gonna go relic first. So we got some choices. Gain 1 navigation. Okay, so that's great. So that's where you can see double the cards when we're looking underneath. When we're looking at our card piles, we can see 2 down. Really helpful. Recover 20% of the enemy's elite foe, 30% of health at the end of the boss battle. The Eye of Azazoth. That's pretty nice. Get some free healing. And if heals 50% less, grants Fearless at the beginning of any battle. So they're all common. This is more helpful day to day, but I think this might be something that keeps our run alive. So we're gonna go ahead and take that. And remember, we want to do. Okay, so we expired this path. Once I take this, we're done. But we're gonna do it because remember, every time we kill a monster, we get some money, and we have to do something. So it might as well be a moneymaker. All right, we got 2 creepy spiders. The young Lang spider, which is horrible. So that one's gonna hit us. That one's gonna shield. That one's gonna shield and attack us. It's always weird to me that they can both attack and shield sometimes. Not entirely sure what dictates that, but we'll figure it out. All right, so we can do. This is where we can do burning, so we absolutely should do burning. And what we'll do is we'll buff our burning. We are gonna take some damage, but we'll survive. 5 damage, not the end of the world. We just have to hope our dog stays okay. Alright, so the burning and the dog's attack really hurt that one, which is great. So we're going to go ahead and... let's see here. Actually, I guess we're doing everything. You know, maybe now's the time to draw a card. So we'll do Flash. It gets us a card, but see, now we only have 9 insight left. Alright, so yeah, we will block. We'll block. Next turn, we'll get a card. We'll add to a swing. And we'll take out an enemy. Well, which one is going to hurt the dog more? Yep, we're going to take him out. And that got us 10 gold, or $10. That's huge. Alright. Dog's going to heal. We don't need to worry about dexterity. Oh, but I have to remember I can give dexterity to my dog. That's important to know. So, order of operations matters here. Let's see what happens. Dog gets a shield first. That's great. Beautiful. Alright, so we can deal 7 to all enemies. Alright, so let's mouse over here. Frenzy, that's what it's called. So when a hero attacks, it gains some frenzy points. Filling the meter grants hero frenzy for 3 turns. They deal 50% more damage and receive 50% less damage. That's huge. So as you go, building up that frenzy is really a nice benefit for you. But I think what we'll do is... We'll take some shield and heal. I wish I had something to give my dog some shielding. Yeah, because he's going to hurt my puppers, which kind of sucks. So we'll just drop a grenade on this guy. It doesn't do much, but it'll be what it'll be. My poor puppy. Heal, my friend. Heal. Alright, we'll take a swing. And then... do we fire axe? Yeah, we fire axe. Do we fire axe? Yes, we do. And I don't know if I can change the order of things. I'll just try and drag, see if we can move the puppy to the back line. I don't think... yeah, I can't rearrange the order, so... we'll just punch him and punch him. And that'll do it. Get us another $10. Nice. The spiders are gone. And we got some... oh, nice! Look at that! We got some tobacco, so we can restore our flash. Using that wasn't a loss. And let's see what we get for card options. Now we want to get doubles, because there's actually a mechanic where you combine your cards to get better ones. So we're going to go ahead and take another fire axe. And continue. Actually, maybe it's as you use the card more, that might be what it is to upgrade it. As you use an individual card more. It doesn't really matter. We'll take the scuffle. and we'll see how this battle goes. All right, so it's just oh, he's a big dude. That is a big man, and he's gonna hit me for a big amount. Okay, we can block, and we have plenty of block to do it. I think what we'll do is we'll try to ping down the little guy. Yeah, I think we're gonna ping down the little guy, and we'll deal with the big guy later. I think this is the right call. Thank goodness for all that excess shield. That's huge. All right, so he's gonna curse. He's gonna. Is he? Oh, they're both. He's cursing both of us. He's attacking. Dogs apply curse on both of them. All right, so let's take him out and see what we can do. We're gonna go ahead and take a swing. So that'll provide. Yeah, we'll do that, of course. That makes the most sense. And then we'll take out the little guy like we said we were going to, which is great. And we got a combo bonus. That's the other piece of this, is the more cards you use, you build up more of that combo. And so if you can chain a bunch of cards, you get a lot more benefit out of them. All right, we're vulnerable. He's gonna really hurt my dog. Okay, don't love to see that. I think I have to fire axe him. I wish I could like draw him off my dog. Oh, my poor puppy. It shouldn't kill my dog, but it's gonna hurt him. All right, what's his shell ability? At the end of each turn, he gains 4 block. Okay. He's just gonna get a crazy amount of shield going. So I think we fire axe him again. Set him on fire, get that bleed. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. He's burning. Ooh, I need more DP. I need more DPS. More DPS. More DPS. All right, so we're gonna pump that up. Might as well pump that up. Might as well shield. Might as well do that, and then again we'll pop one of these, I guess. See if we get a 1-cost card. Nice. That's worth it. And see, we got that combat bonus, so it did a little more damage. All right, good job, puppy. He'll take some bleed damage. We're getting close. I think we're gonna get him. Fire axe will do 12. He'll still have 2 life, but he's got 2 bleed. That should be enough. And he's burning. I think we're good. Yeah. Nice. Oof. You get close sometimes, though. All right, so equipment we got. Recover 3 after dispatching a human. That's great. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then gain 50. So we now have a really quick way to put ourselves in a frenzy, which is great. We got much more resources. We can get a card here that we have. So you have to take a card, and then you have 2 optionals you could take. So that's how that symbols work. A little bit of a heal might not be bad, but having another fire axe. Oh, let's see. This one's exhaust. Deals 5 damage to target enemy. Apply 2 focus. Okay, so this basically lets me force my dog to attack someone that I want versus my dog choosing. Okay. I think we'll keep doing fire axe though. And then, oh, these are our upgrades. That's what this is. Here we go. So we can upgrade a fire axe. So we've used the card enough that it now becomes a better fire axe. Some of these will branch. This one, not much choice, but you can see now it adds an extra turn of burning for the same cost, which is great. And upgrading this card, take a swing. Here's a branching one. So now instead of giving 4, it gives 5. Lovely. And that's the end of our turn there. And that means it's time for a boss fight. Let's see how this goes. So it's spooky. Oh god, that is horrific. Alright, so he is a Beastmaster. He restores 1 HP for each ally. And so let's see here. So we got some options. Our dog may die. So this is where we really want to look at what we can do. I think we're going to want to... So we don't know what he's doing this first turn. His intention's unknown. I do think I want to give myself some fly agaric? So we're halfway to a frenzy now. That's huge. I think we'll also exhaust this. Now we're much closer to a frenzy, which I think is going to be very useful. And we're just going to do, I guess, everything. We're going to punch him. And we're going to heal our shield a little bit. And I think that's our turn. I bet you he summons some people. Yep, there we go. So we got these little dark youngs. Little monster. They're like cloven hooves. Lamprey-like tendrils, and they're like plant-like. I'm not a fan. Alright, so what can we do? Well, we can do a swing. That's going to be good, because now we can do a lot more damage to everything. So we'll throw a grenade. And we'll go ahead and take a combat stance here. And so he heals too, because he's got 2 things alive. We're keeping an eye on both our dog and I. There's a lot to keep track of now. So here we go. So we got our better fire axe. Which will pop on this guy, because he'll die next turn. Everything else is still going to do what it's going to do, which is unfortunate. I don't have any way to... You know what? We're gonna take a little dexterity, a little dodge. And we're going to end the turn there. So this should die. Beautiful. Oh, I'm getting some more frenzy because I got hit and hurt. Oh, now I'm in frenzy mode. All right, so I have 3 turns of frenzy. I'll deal more damage, and I'll take less damage. So it'd be really nice to have some better cards. So I think we'll try that. I want a fire. That's what I want, a fire axe. So that's gonna be 18 damage. That will wipe him out. Or I could drop it on the boss. Well, let's take out his pet. And next round we'll draw an extra card. And we'll end a turn there. So I still have 2 rounds of frenzy. I'll take half damage right now. Now, insanity, can't really half that. But we got, oh good, we got our great axe here. We will get extra combat advantage, and then we'll swing at him for 22. And we'll set him on fire. We don't know what he's doing, which means I think he's summoning, right? I mean, that's when we don't know what he's doing, he's gonna summon. Yeah. Ooh, I don't think we're gonna, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get there. I think I'm just gonna go all in on the boss now, and we'll see what happens. And let's see, can I do anything? Nope. It's a race, though. But again, this is a roguelike, and so this investigator, you know, he stole some wood, he got some resources. Robert Thorne, him and his dog have been out and about trying to save the world. But you know, I don't think he's gonna make it. Now here's where something's cool. So you can see I've used this card 3 times. So if I want to focus on, when I have 2 of the same card show up, I can focus on which one we upgrade. This one would upgrade next round if I survive. Oh, he's taking so much shield. I don't know that I'm gonna survive. 12. We're gonna keep swinging at the boss. So he's always healing too. His minions are just shielding, so I'm kind of ignoring them. They're not awful. I actually don't know what they're doing next turn. Oh, they're gonna kill, no, my puppy. All right, so he's got basically 24 health. Yeah, they're gonna kill the puppy. Rude. I think we're still asking the boss a question. All right, goodbye, my puppy. Oh, you healed too, so you'll still be alive. Barely. Nope, I was wrong. Ghost dog. All right, so now I'm angry, right? So as I slowly go slightly insane, I'm still holding my sanity pretty well for fighting living shrubs. But I don't know that we're gonna last much longer. Because oh man, he consumed them and healed a ton. That's a wild thing to have happened. All right, let's see if we draw a good attack card. We did. We'll take a swing. We'll smack him here, and then we'll take a block. Now the problem is, even if I win, if we survive this, I'm still down a dog. I don't get my dog back because he's gone for this run. I'll have to be a new guy, a new investigator, and hope that I can survive longer. We're doing okay, but it's not going to be enough. It is not going to be enough, that is for sure. We got real close though, y'all. Real close. I still think though, yeah, this is end game unless something weird happens and I don't have anything weird to do. Maybe it was a bad idea not to focus on the ads. But alas, that's gonna be the end of this investigator. And so, game over. Robert Thorne had died from sustained injuries. The journey ends here. But we do get to keep our resources. So we got some fears obtained, we found some locations, and we gained, most importantly, some wood. And the reason that's so important is when we come back here later that day. We'll see a conversation. It's a shame we lost some. We gained a little bit more of the story. It's not Sumerian. There's something inside. There's a power source. And now we have
Bad news, sir.
bad news. The new recruit didn't return.
Poor soul.
So it's a shame he died. So they cremate me. There's a little bit up. There goes my spirit. There goes my soul into the pyre, into the obelisk.
Is it over? I think we have nothing more to fear.
Look at the face of the deceased. It's no longer distorted by an inhuman.
So it took all the horror. Yeah, so we're feeding the horrors and the dread.
Father wrote about it.
So it's going to give us power.
Look, you can count on me.
And now that we've done that, we can see what else it unlocks. So when we look at the obelisk, we can see we've gained... oh, we got enough to level it up. Nice. So now that we've leveled up, there's more cards. There's better cards. Some rare cards that can show up in our journey. So that's part of the roguelike nature. It also unlocks the ability to find more unique items. And now we can go to our build table. And we have some options. We could immediately unlock the propaganda center and unlock the professor cards. Or we can get a better starting deck or a different starting deck. Or a random consumable. Or we start with some extra HP. I think we'll go ahead and do the flea market. And now that we've done that, we can see down and see what this offers. So the storage offers equipment items at the start of the journey, or relic rerolls, or better slots, or a second base relic. So you can see all these different things start unlocking the more and more you play. Anyway, I think this game is great. I think it's a lot of fun, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you want to watch more. I'm going to probably be streaming this at some point too, to kind of keep doing these runs. They're so much fun, and you never know what you're going to get. As always, though, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye!